Yo, Adam Brett Walker joins us. I'm Carter Wadil. This is American Association Now.
And it's out of here. Dives and makes the cut.
Look at this. He got him.
Think of the play.
Did he do it? The game is over.
Happy Friday, everybody. It's June 25th. I'm Carter Wadil. Welcome to American Association Now on this Friday afternoon. Well, it was a dream night for Adam Brett Walker and the Milwaukee Milkmen. They fell behind early. They came back with a vengeance late, and we take you to the ninth for our must-see moment of the day.
Third, Logan and Tubbers running for first, and Walker hits it to right field. This one along the line. This one is gone! ABW2 goes opposite way down the right field line. His third home run of the contest, and Milwaukee wins it 11-9.
As you heard, it was Adam Brett Walker's third homer of the game to win it. This is the first one from back in the sixth. He knew that one was gone out of the cow pasture, as they call it in Milwaukee. The next one was a bit of a line drive shot. In the eighth inning, there were two men on for this. Just hammers this one down the left field line, and it's out of there in a flash. And Adam Brett Walker, when the dust settled, led the league in homers, or tied for the league lead, with 13 on the season. He has been solid at the plate all season long for this Milwaukee Milkmen team. One of the big reasons why the Milkmen are in first place in the American Association. And it hasn't just been with the bat. He's been solid with the glove as well. Check out the diving grab in Milwaukee earlier this year. But a great season so far for Adam Brett Walker, the Milwaukee Milkmen. And that RBI night, 7 RBIs in last night's game on those dingers. Nobody had 7 RBIs in one game this year before that performance. So by that metric, it's definitely the best night by any hitter this year. And we're joined now by Adam Brett Walker of the Milwaukee Milkmen, coming off one of the best performances from any position player in the American Association this year last night. Adam, was there a time you can remember ever being that hot at the plate for a game? When was the last time you were that feeling good at the plate?
I think 2 years ago, 2019, I had a 3-homer game, but this one was definitely a little more special. So I had a nice little week last year, but as far as one game goes, this is definitely up there.
Yeah, the circumstances of that, I mean, take us through what you were feeling in the ninth inning. You had trailed 8-1, you trailed 9-4, you had a 3-run dinger in the eighth inning to get you within striking distance. What's in your mindset as you're digging in to eventually hit that ball out of the yard?
Well, right there in the ninth, I'm just trying to tell myself, get the ball up, make sure I get a strike. There's still a base open. Trowbridge was actually stealing on that pitch. So, but I just try to tell myself, make sure I get a good pitch to hit, try to get some out of the plate. And I just have to put the ball in play, try to get that time run in. But luckily, I was able to end it instead.
You've been on a hot streak here. You had 5 homers entering play on June 15th, and you've turned it up since then. You've got 8 homers in your last 10 games. Was there any conscious change that you made, any adjustments, or are things just falling into place for you right now?
I think things are just falling into place. Kind of trying to have the same approach. Just trying to make sure I get good pitches to hit. Trying to cut down on strikeouts. I've talked to some of my guys. If I felt like I put 4 balls in play during the game, good stuff usually happens. So, just trying to have the same approach. But, lately the ball's been going out of the ballpark, so I'm not complaining about that.
You mentioned you were talking to some folks. Who have you been talking to? Who have you been learning from right now?
The guy who was super hot just a few weeks ago, David Washington, we kind of talk hitting a decent amount. So, just talking to him and just trying to come up with game plans and just trying to be more consistent this year. And, I think that, luckily both of us have been having a pretty good year so far. I'm just trying to keep that rolling.
Yeah, definitely another guy who's impressed in David Washington. What do you think you have in common with your teammate, and what do you think makes you a little bit different at the plate?
Lefty righty, that's always a big difference. But I think we try to have similar approaches as far as make sure that we're using the whole field. That's kind of a big thing. It might not look like it, but we try, BP and things like that. We try to make sure we can drive the ball the other way, staying on pitches. And I think we've done a better job of that this year, just kind of using the whole field. And I think that's kind of helped us so far.
Talking to Adam Brett Walker of the Milwaukee Milkmen here on American Association. Now I want to say hi to the Milkmen faithful that are here in the chat and on our stream today. You obviously are one of the faces of the Milkmen franchise. You're their all-time home runs leader by a considerable margin. They've obviously only been around for 3 years. But you being a native of the great city of Milwaukee, like I want to know when you first heard about the Milwaukee Milkmen. Like how did you first hear about this team before eventually joining and staying for these 3 seasons?
Well, I guess right before that 2019 season, I was trying to find a job, spring training job. Nothing kind of popped up, and I was actually with with Kansas City, so they had my rights, and just kind of talked to the coach and Joe and the manager at the time were able to make a deal. I just kind of talked to him and said, hey, there's this team at home. It'd be really cool to be able to just play at home, have my family around, have my friends. So I was able to get traded over, and I just found out right before that season, and it was like, I think that'd be a cool experience. They were able to make it work, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, how has the experience of playing at home sort of matched up with what your expectations were? I mean, obviously, this has to be rewarding for you to be able to play in the place where you grew up.
I would say it's probably exceeded my expectations being here. They do a really good job of taking care of us. And then, winning the MVP, winning the championship, that's an experience that you can't take away. So last year was a lot of fun. That first year, we try to forget about but we were able to bounce back, and then now this year we're just trying to keep the good vibes rolling and see what we can do this year.
Yeah, is there any one thing from that championship group last season that you're trying to recapture this year? Is there anything in particular that you think was key to that championship run that you're trying to stick around in that clubhouse right now?
I think the biggest thing in the clubhouse is just I think we got a group of winners. That was the big thing going into last season. Just we had a lot of changes on the roster. And, when your manager talks to you like, hey, this guy, they know what kind of baseball player you are, but they're always asking, like, how is he? How's he in the locker room? And, does he play the game the right way? Does he want to win? And I think that's the biggest thing. Everyone goes out there, no matter what we're doing personally, we're always trying to go out there and get the win. And I think that's the biggest thing as far as the group goes in the locker room. We just try to keep that vibe and, team over the individual. And I'd say it's worked out for a lot of us. And, a lot of guys have been getting picked up and we're winning some ball games.
That's what's great about the American Association. We play to win. I say it all the time, but it really does, affect the way that teams are constructed and the way that clubhouse is. I mean, you mentioned so many players. You can be good on the team, you can be great on the field, but if you're not a good teammate, then it's not going to be as easy to land a spot in a league like this. Very important to be a good teammate and a good guy in the clubhouse. I know that the fans in Milwaukee have embraced you, unlike a lot of other folks. Is there any one memory that you have interacting with fans, or what is your impression of just this Milwaukee fan base? Because this team hasn't been around a while, but you got some passionate fans for a young team.
Just seeing the fan base grow from 2019 to now, it's been awesome. Just kind of being around town and, saying like, hey, I played for the Milkmen. They're like, who is that? And now it's like, you say that, they're like, oh my goodness, I went out to the game the other day. It's a great environment. I think family-friendly environment. People can, bring out the whole family. You can have food. You can get some entertainment. In between innings, good baseball, post-game fireworks, things like that. So it's a fun environment. So I think that's the reason why they come out. And just the passion and just seeing them out there last night. It's a great fan base. It's a lot of fun, and to be able to have me personally, my family out there, have some friends that come out, it's been really fun.
For you, I know you're working really hard to make sure that this fan base can get another championship this year. What are your goals personally? What are you working on to try and improve as a hitter and as an all-around ball player heading into the latter, 2/3 of this season?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we're trying to win a championship. That's number one in the locker room. Me personally, I'm just trying to build off of last season. I think the biggest thing is to try to become more consistent. Putting the ball in play more. I'm trying to get on base more. Just help the team out as much as I can. So, I was able to win the MVP last year. Would love to try to get that again. So, I think if I could just continue building, you never know. I mean, that's always the goal, to try to be the best player in the league, but and win ball games while I do it.
Well, I think if you keep hitting 3 homer nights, where one of them's a no doubt about it, walk-off bomb to complete a 7-run comeback, if you keep doing stuff like that, I think the folks who vote on MVP are going to notice here. Adam Brett Walker, the Milwaukee Milkman. One more thing, important question. Have you tried the milkshakes at Franklin Field? And if so, are you going vanilla or chocolate?
I have tried the milkshakes. I'm a foodie, so I had to try the milkshake. I had to try the burger, and I will say both of them delicious. But I'm probably going to go with the vanilla shake. Me personally, I'm a vanilla guy.
So you say you're a foodie. If you're picking a last meal, what are you eating?
Probably going to go barbecue. Get some ribs. Yeah, nice little southern barbecue. Preferably, actually, my grandma. If I get some of Granny's ribs, that'll be a great way to go.
That is a great way to go. I really shouldn't have had a light lunch and been asked those questions. That was a bad calculation on my part. We'll let you go. We'll let you get ready for this game tonight. Getting ready for some baseball in Franklin this evening. Adam Brett Walker, the Milwaukee Milkman. Thank you so much for coming on American Association Now.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.
And he's one of the big reasons why his Milwaukee Milkmen are up in the first place spot in the American Association standings for 2020. They have had an outstanding start to this year at 21-13. But of course, we've mentioned this so often about how Chicago and Fargo-Moorhead are right there in the North Division lead against Adam Brett Walker and the Milwaukee Milkmen. Want to say hi to some of the